Hello and thank you for joining us this Thursday for the MacDesk Floor Report. I'm Rebecca Darst from the MacDesk. Today is April 19th and it's been a packed house here on the floor of the NYSE thanks to a big IPO. More about that in a second. For now, we are up about 36 points in the Dow, up about 3.8 points in the S&P. So let's take a look back at the overnight and pre-market action that got us here. It's been a weird, wobbly morning. We woke up to a higher indicated open in the futures this morning. This came after a bond auction of 2 and 10-year Spanish government debt came in decently. The bid to cover was a little higher than what we saw in last week's auction, so any adverse impact on the futures was minimal. France also sold bonds overnight, coming in roughly in line with the market expectation. But right around 7:30 this morning, we saw the euro-dollar cross, which had been holding steady just above the 100-day moving average and even surged a bit on the Spanish and French bond auctions, suddenly melt away, taking out that 100-day moving average at 131.25 on rumors of a possible French sovereign debt downgrade. Our colleague Art Cashin also pointed to chatter about friction between the ECB and the Bundesbank, but the move lower in the euro and the unease in the market coincided with a rise in French credit default swaps and wider spreads between French and German bond yields. So bear in mind that there is a lot of contentious political rhetoric and likely a lot of hedging coming out of France ahead of presidential elections in that country over the weekend. Citi was out with a note early this morning speculating that France could face a downgrade by the major rating agencies over the next few years, regardless of who wins that election. The euro-dollar cross has since recovered back above that technical level, so things have steadied quite a bit. We also had some disappointing domestic U.S. data out this morning. Initial jobless claims came in at 386,000 for last week, which was higher than analysts had been expecting. That was a disappointment. April Philly Fed came in worse than expected. March existing home sales lagged what the market was looking for, and this was the third miss for existing home sales in the past 4 months. So this didn't help sentiment. But the earnings story has continued in very respectable fashion among the companies we represent here at the NYSE, with earnings beats from American Express, from Travelers, VMware, DuPont, Travelers, BB&T, KeyCorp, big upside moves from Bank of America and Morgan Stanley. So the slate of earnings reports this morning has been solid. It's been the global macro story that's taken a bite out of these gains for, time and again. And we've got a triumphant IPO story to pass your way this morning. Tumi. Maybe you carry one of those bags. I know we've got them on the MacDesk, and you see them on the arm of every commuter at Grand Central, it seems. The company was expected to price its IPO in the $15 to $17 range. It priced last night at $18, opened this morning at $26 on 3 million shares. Huge crowd on the floor this morning, and a fantastic launch for a great company. For additional market insights, be sure to check your inbox at 1 p.m. for the midday. For now, that's it from me, Rebecca Darst, for the MacDesk Floor Report.